Hi folks, got to get moving now. Got to get this Vespa back together. See you in a minute. Right, well, as you know, it's taken quite a while for me to do this. I've only been out here in sort of little spurts and stuff like that. The deadline's coming up for me to get this back together now, so I'm at the stage now where basically the chassis is ready to have the engine put back in it. So you saw in the last video how we de-restricted it. I've only put that 66 main jet in as a trial run. I will order the right size main jet, probably around the 60. I think it's going to be about the right size. So I will take the carb out again at a later stage and obviously do that. I've had a couple of people saying there about what's the legalities about de-restricting a moped. Well, I think you'll find that with any alterations you do to any vehicle, not just a moped, you have to inform your insurance company, and as a result of that, they will alter your insurance cover accordingly. Near enough all insurance companies now, if you've made any modification whatsoever to a vehicle, whether it be even changing the hi-fi system in your vehicle, or even changing your wheels, something as minor as that, or even tinting your windows down a little bit, they require notification. Always best to inform the insurance company of your modification, and obviously I don't think you can actually drive this on legally on a provisional license anyway. So anyway, that's not my problem, that's for your own due diligence to do that, but this is just showing you what we're doing to this moped and showing you how we've gone about it. Anyway, enough of that for now, and I'm just going to now put you on time lapse because there's lots of little bits to do at the moment, and I'll stop and have a little chat with you if something interesting comes up. So I'll see you in a minute. Who's just popped in? Come round here, baby.
Baby?
I haven't seen baby for a while, have you? Look. Here she is.
She did the other week when I held it.
Yeah, I know, yeah, I'm wrong. You've normally seen the other one, bloody Wiggy.
Oh, yeah.
Glad that saga's over now.
That.
Anyway.
It ain't, is it, love?
Well, it is, because I ain't going to film him anymore. Anyway, I've got the engine back in, as you can probably see there. It's only 2 bolts. You've only got the main bolt going through the chassis and the shock absorber at the back, which holds this on. And I'm just starting to sort the wiring out now. All of the loom that we had tied up in there, I've pulled it back through, coming back through here now, and obviously this runs along the centre spine there, up to the handlebars and the various places where it goes there, as you can probably see. So what are you doing now, baby?
Going down the road to the bookshop, having a coffee with my daughter because they do soy lattes for Tracy in there. With my little Emily and James. Yeah. And we'd just like to say a big thank you to those of you who are on our actual Facebook page and follow us on Facebook, because we don't actually mention it in our own channel basically, but we've got a very poorly granddaughter who's got a very short life expectancy, and that's Gary and Stacey, my son. You know Gary, you see him in some of the videos, and they're away at a hospice, and we actually nearly lost her over the weekend. And so a very sad time sort of thing, but she's hanging on in there. She's a fighter. And
so some of you have actually donated to our hospice, for the actual hospice as well, and that was greatly received. It's a very good cause. We went down there, as I say, we had a phone call early hours of the morning, and you know, we thought that was it basically, but when we got there we went through the snow and all that, and we got there, and She pulled through yet again, but through the amazing care of the actual staff at the hospice.
I think you should name it Rainbow's Hospice.
And it's called actually Rainbow's Hospice.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, if any of you wanted to donate any money to our the cause, it's entirely up to you. Again, this isn't a plea video at the end of the day. We're just letting you know that there are other things that go on in our life, and if sometimes we don't put a video out, sometimes that we may not seem as upbeat as we normally are, we've got other things on our mind as well. So anyway, that's going out for our little granddaughter Olivia, who is, how old is she? 3 now, actually.
She'll be 3 in May. And
she wasn't given a life expectancy much further than 2 years old, so we're very, very proud of her, and she's doing very well with the help of the hospice. As I say, they've been there for 3 weeks, Gary and Stacey. Now they're into their 4th week now, and yeah, sad times, but as I say, life goes on, and as I say, the bottom line is that there's always a background story to someone. And yeah, and you get these people who leave comments and they don't realise that there may be other things going on in people's lives as well at the end of the day. That's what's going on in our life. That's what's been going on in our life for the past 3.5 years, behind the scenes. And, you know, we try and get on with it as best we can at the end of the day. Anyway, baby,
I just correct you, it was 3 years, not 3.5 years.
Well, it's coming up to 3.5 years, isn't it?
No, it's coming up to 3.
Whatever. See, she still pulls me up, look.
Got
anyway.
to correct him.
I'll leave a link in the description below the video if you care that you feel like to sponsor our cause, or at least donate anything to the actual hospice. Not going to us directly, we're just being caring grandparents at the end of the day. The people at the hospice are the ones who are doing all the work. Anyway, thanks very much for that. Anyway, those who did actually donate some money, we haven't asked for anything. We never really normally tell this sort of stuff in our channel, but you know, we have had a bit of an upset over the last week or so, so that's what's been happening there. Right, baby, you go down the road. I'm going to carry on with this,
trying to escape.
And I might put you on time lapse for this, as I say. When I've got a bit more to show you, I'll bring you in on it. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, as you can see now, reassembly is well underway. Half of the problem is remembering where everything goes, so I have to keep referring back to the video so I can see what, in the order I've taken things off as well. Because I haven't got a manual, we're doing this, we're winging it, so to speak. But that shows you the importance of actually writing things down, taking photographs of a restoration. If you're going to take or embark on something like this, it just gives you some sort of record anyway. And everyone's got access to their mobile phones now, so that's the way to go anyway. I should have done that, but lucky enough, as I said, the reason why I didn't do it is because I've got the videos. Right, so I've just been tinkering about here now, finding the roots of cables and stuff like that, and just connecting up the odd cable here and there. And I'm at the stage now where I've got to actually bring out the box of old spares that bolt onto the chassis now, and I'm finding that a lot of them are going to really need refurbishing. Let's show you what I've got so far. So as you can probably see here, these are like indicators, things like that, the clocks, all the rest of the trim that's was taken off. Some of this may in the future have to be replaced, but I've got loads of different things. There's the carrying pannier shelf at the back basically, so I mean that's going to probably need refurbishing. Can't put that on like that, probably need a coat of paint. Things like the rubber mats and stuff like that, as you can see, they've all got overspray on from other jobs that I've done. These need all stripping down and cleaning back basically. They are rubber parts, they are serviceable, so I will be able to use them again. And again, things like that have been standing, things like the mirrors, for example, they'll come up with a good clean. They just got, as I say, loads of overspray on them. But these are the parts now which I'm at the stage of putting back together and refurbishing as I find them and come up against them. So I'm just going to tinker about here and put back on things that I can do at the moment, and I'll see you in a minute. in a way, what I'm actually finding here is that most of the reassembly, definitely of the wires for example, is pretty straightforward, because they sort of form a natural curve as to the way they normally went, sort of thing. So I mean, things like finding this earth for the front of this ignition module here, for example, I'm just bolting this back on. I've only found it and I only knew it was because the wire was formed that way. So when I looked in the front there, I could see that there was a screw which I'd left loose, which is the bottom holding fixing of the electronic ignition module, and hey presto, that's where it was. So all in all, it's pretty much common sense. The horn's connected, the front indicators are connected. I haven't done the light yet because that comes in the steering console up here with the binnacle for the clocks and stuff like that, and also the speedo drive cable as well comes up here as well. See if I can tidy up some more in the back there. Everything else here looks fine, so I'm happy with all of that. So I'm going to move on to the back, just put the rear indicators in. Right, so I've got these rear ones now. Didn't have a screw left in that one, but that's not a problem. I've got paint on these, as you can see there. There is some paint scratch marks on there, but I mean, I may just try and clean them off, or might buy some new ones yet, I'm not too sure, but we'll do that at a later date. Put the cover back on like that. That goes in there like that, and I'm going to get another screw because the screw isn't in there for that one. Oh, it definitely goes that way. It's facing down by the looks of it. There we go. I will clean these up, as I say. I'll probably scrape them off with a bit of white spirit just to get them off. I think they're going to be okay. There's not a problem there anyway.